Well, hey, welcome back to another episode of the Stepper Podcast. I'm Dez. This is my boy Greg over here with me.
Howdy.
We got a special guest today, Gabriel Jacobs.
Howdy, guys.
There you go. See, that's a good word.
We've been waiting on this for a minute. We talked about you a little bit yesterday. How's things been going day to day right now in the situation you in? Then we'll backtrack on how you got to where you at today.
All right, things been going solid. Working out every day that I can, pushing myself, motivating myself, and still trying to enjoy life before I head off. So,
There you go. If they be a kid still before you head off and
yeah,
try and really continue.
So for the guys who don't know, Gabe signed a scholarship to North Florida. That's Division I basketball. They sent him a list of things to do. So I think it's brand new. He already works hard, but like this college is like you got to start over. So he's like, I bust my butt all the way through high school. Now I got to restart to try to regain. How does that feel that you got to basically restart over?
truth be told, it's like the main character working in the anime. Like they take him to the ringer.
Yeah.
It's like Greg will know it on somebody. Demon Slayer. It was like the main character. He's got to push this boulder, and it's like you're not moving on until you push this boulder, and it's like it looks impossible. But yeah, like you work your way through. You find yourself doing things that you didn't think your body was going to be able to do.
Yeah.
And it pays off.
There's occasion, but it takes time getting there. Like you didn't just turn that on. You kind of had this whole, I'll say, mindset. I'm gonna say this for you. Coming into that, like the whole thought process, like throughout your high school, middle school, you've always been kind of locked in and able to turn on the gear when you need to turn it on.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not like it's something that happens overnight. But like you said, some of you earlier or earlier last week is like you can surprise yourself on how the levels that you can actually reach and how hard you can push yourself. And but I mean that takes effort, right?
So tell the guys, how did you actually start playing basketball and kind of work your way up to where you at now?
Yeah.
So just give a little insight of yourself for the people who don't know who Gabe Jacobs is.
So starting out, my earliest interactions playing basketball, it was against my cousin in his cul-de-sac, and we were just competing, and they had just neighborhood kids. And early starting out, I wasn't good, so I was always getting put off, and I didn't like that. So I was like, you know what, let me get better, any way I can. And my dad's a big basketball fan, so I was watching like Michael Jordan and Kobe, and when I was growing up, Curry and KD. I was like, yeah, I want to be like them. I want to be good. I want to be great. And then started, just working out on my own, watching different videos and stuff. And then not too long after that, met Brandon, and
No grade that was?
it was like midway through my 6th grade year.
Okay. You're still pretty young.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
right out of elementary, 6th grade.
And then after that, it's been working.
It's true.
Yeah,
Just been
that's all you can say. Grind.
Yes.
Working for like the first. Dang, when you get the show, like
2020.
Mhm.
yeah. So was that like what, 2 years, 2.5 years?
Before we got here, you was working.
Yeah, I was working out with no goal. Telling you straight up,
Hoop.
no hoop.
What was you
Just
doing?
Straight ball handle, body work stuff like agility. I think that's how I got my physique for real.
Athleticism.
Yeah. No, his physique.
Like
That
see, I don't know. That has a nice arm, like no homo, but like your dad that got strong arm.
Yeah,
we want to go by, we're gonna pull your shirt up.
You right? With that run track.
he did. He was younger.
Man, it was like he was younger. There's a certain physique you gotta have when you run track. Like if he was pretty fast, I mean at least Tommy was pretty fast. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm like, you work your butt off to get that though. So there's no doubt that that's gonna that's part of the deal, right?
You're not get away. Come here.
Yo,
Come here.
for like the
Come here.
Yes, it was the way.
B Davy.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy B Davy, one step away. Here with the guys. We're doing a pod. I'm not really doing a pod though.
We finally got him. We'll use that as his intro, but we'll get back to Gabe. So you say that when you first started with Coach Brandon, you didn't have no gym. Well, basically, you didn't have no rim.
yeah. So the first ever gym Well, I mean, not even gym. The first place that we went to was off of Carl Vinson, and I kid you not, like you walk in, it's like there's turf,
Yeah.
but the ceiling is like 9 feet.
So you can't even shoot over. You can touch the
Mm.
ceiling. No flirts.
If I jump high enough, yeah, like, yeah. So it was just straight agility, ball handling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that, like, I mean, you was young, right?
Yeah.
How do you like stay motivated? Like, did you not want to be there? Did you?
I was at that time. I was watching a lot of Dragon Ball.
Y'all see him, right?
Huh?
You ain't gotta say nothing less. Like, say less. Right? I know exactly where you're going.
Explain that to me, because I don't.
Like, okay,
I don't watch Dragon Ball.
you.
Explain
No,
that.
in the anime in general, especially like shonen, like Dragon
Alright.
Ball, a big emphasis on the whole story is the grind.
Right.
Okay.
So like the grind in the fight, so it's like you gotta grind. Like you don't want to be, even though I couldn't like really like shoot for real. Like I know I need to be doing something so I can, like when I'm able to shoot, like
You just go to there. Yeah. You just go to that next.
It's like in all these Dragon Ball Z classic filler's terrible, but the a lot of like stuff they do is like they're not fighting. He's doing all this extra work to become the best fighter.
yeah.
It's like, oh, you can see as you're growing up, it's like, oh, there's more to it than actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's just like random thing, and any challenge that Goku would come up against, he's like, all right, I'm taking on. Like this silly, oh, gravity accidentally went to 100 times, right? He's like, all right, I gotta be here. And it's like, I'm here now. So he starts training on, and that's not like just one of those things where he adjusts and just makes it happen with a smile on his face almost every time.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is like if you're at that age, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be like him, and I'm gonna grind through it. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty neat.
So one of your favorite shows is Dragon Ball Z?
yeah. Right now though, I'm finna say One Piece.
What is that?
One Piece.
I don't watch TV like
It's like
I said.
1,000 episodes, something like that.
Like 1100.
Is it anime?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think I just don't like anime.
Sorry.
That's
I'm making people.
yeah. It's not cool. It's for different people. I call y'all people weird.
I know a lot of
No distract. My people that I mess with are weird, not the ones who everybody else. Well, I mean,
It's like music. It's like music. It's like music. There's a lot of music you just don't like.
yeah,
But then there's music that you do like and you mess with it.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So I am into that. So we get to know Gold, and you finally step here and one step away. At this time, you're probably middle school basketball,
I was going into my 8th grade year.
8th grade year. Then you was playing travel ball too, also.
Yeah.
travel ball. Who you were with travel
I
ball?
was with the Warner Robins Express. And then
That's still a thing.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
but then I played my last summer. I played with All Stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
13, 14. Yeah.
Okay, so you played 13 All Stars, and you was pretty much with the All Stars until you went to 85 for a year before you got hurt, right?
Yeah, 9th grade year, 9th grade year I played here. Like 9th grade going into 10th grade I played here. And then 10th grade going into 11th grade, play with 85. And then this past summer,
Yeah. So that process of recruiting, did you ever get to a low point where you kind of felt like, hey, I might not go?
yeah.
How was you feeling? Express that.
So I was like, how would I express it?
Yeah, like you at the time we knew you was low. We
Yeah.
just wouldn't say nothing. But how was you feeling? Like express how that felt so people can understand that they don't want to feel like you was feeling.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But you made it through. That's why the story is so good that you made it through that situation. But we wanna tap on that every time if we can. So express that feeling.
Really, I was like, it was a range of emotions. More prominently, it was like dang, like I hope these people, like I get buckets over these people. I'm not like what I see. They're not really impressing me. Not doing anything I can't do. But then it's like you're not getting the same calls. People aren't checking you out or anything. So it's like, dang, like is this meant for me? And then on top of that, with like the injuries I've had, it's like setbacks, and it's like, yeah, nobody's gonna want him. Yada yada. Like there've been a couple of times where like I done had something happen. It's like it's really a miracle that I've been able to still been able to produce at the level and still have maintain my athleticism.
Yeah.
So you can grow it. So yeah, the frustration as well. I was like, damn, I'm doing everything. it's still not happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like you got to like just
But
wait.
I knowing you, your spiritual is up there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of kids your age don't think the way you
Phone
think.
book in my bag. I got
Don't
this.
think the way you think. So I think your faith helped you. That big word right there. Faith helped you through that situation. So kids out there, like you said, believe, keep working, and you never know what'll happen. So when you got that call, I knew about the North Florida before everybody else did, because I knew they was recruiting one of my guys, as we know. So I already knew what was coming. Once my guy fell off, I already knew who they was coming to next. But how was your feeling when you got that call? Because you wouldn't have played travel ball to get that call, correct?
So with that, I'll say before going into that, I'll say let's set up going into that summer, like where you were, offers, anything there availably, what you did this summer, and then like how that recruiting process and how that played out. Could you like give people some insight into that? Because I know we had conversations going into the season, like after the season, I was like, look, you got to do what's going to be best for you. You're going to go somewhere and get buckets, like show off, like you're going to have to do this your year. So I was like, we were like that. Warner Robins also is probably the best opportunity at this point in time. You had to choose not to do 85, right? So if you can go through that thought process going into that, and then how you went about, and how essentially the whole recruiting, even with UNF, went about, and then anything had off on there, you finally get that story, or how you want to phrase it.
So it's really crazy because I feel like you got to start in like the winter of my
There you go.
junior.
Yep. Yeah, go there.
So I had 50 points and really crazy game, crazy like influxes for you guys.
I was gonna say 50 points. So all right, I'm gonna digress. You had 50 points.
Yeah.
Were you playing much before that?
Was I playing much?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you not hurt and took were you sick or something and had a week off?
Yes.
So then he came back and dropped 50?
Yes.
So this is the issue we had with him is we don't have this issue with kids. Again, I'd rather have this. He's a worker. Like
Yeah.
you talk about he overwork. He shows
Overwork.
up day in, day out. But he's also mature. I remember in 8th grade, I think he came and said, like, I think I just need to take a weekend. It's like a weekend, bro. It's like not even like a week, a month. I just take a weekend away. It was like, this boy is in 8th grade. He's already thinking like, dude had the mom mentality coming up. So I will say, like, he had that grind. One of the things we always talk about, we figured this out actually going to junior year, is like, you need to take way more time off. Things start to go wrong when you spend too much time at the gym. Because you do everything. And it's me, Brandon, Daz, all the coaches here, is like, all right, we have to protect you from yourself in regards to he's going to put in all the work he thinks, what he needs. If we tell him to do it, he's going to do it. Like, and so at the point, it's like, okay, we just got to tell him not to do certain things. We got to tell him, like, hey, nope, don't worry about this today. Like, you got your release. And that's where it's like, we always said, like, when he's healthy, like, points. Like, he actually had some rest. He actually recovered. Like, your load advantage was better, But, it took figuring that out a little bit going through, and that's on our end, But, like, sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to say that.
Oh yeah. Let me.
I remember it was like, yeah, he was sick, and he came back and dropped 50. I'm like, where you go? Like, what happens when he's healthy, right? When he's recovered and rested and not in the gym with the extra time.
So that happened, like January. But then later that month, something happened to my foot, and it took a while for us to really figure out like what happened. But it's called a Liz sprain.
It's like a Liz sprain, yeah.
Like a sprained ligament.
Is that right? Yes, sprained ligament in your foot, ligament in the hold your midfoot together, and it can be bad.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it wasn't. Again, all the situations that you've had so far were like, you have the best option of all the options.
Yeah.
Came out on top of them.
That really sucked. I had to sit out for basically the remainder of the year, and I was able to come back for the Elite 8, and I really shouldn't have been out there, to be real. But I got put in the final 2 minutes of the game. I made a couple plays, and then I was taken out, and I was like, you know what, okay. But then so we lost the game, and then after I was like, whoa, I can actually rehab my foot now. I'm not thinking about trying to anything. So they came in. I think a week after. Working with Greg, went through the rehab process and got better. And then I believe it was June. I was like, okay, I believe I can start playing now.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a decision make, play with 85 or play with All Stars. And originally for that June tournament, I chose 85, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I think it might be more exposure better. And I went up there, and oh my goodness, I did not have a love for the game at all. The enjoyment was zapped, and not to trash the organization or anything, but like I feel like God just made it clear, like, yeah, like this isn't
It's
about
out for you, yeah.
yeah,
That didn't got nothing to do with the organization.
Right. Like you had that feeling.
Yeah, man.
like this isn't the route. Like on the way back, I was like, it's basketball for me. Like if it fell, I was so distraught.
Yeah.
And then it took some time, and I was like, okay, like going into July. Well, even before that, yeah. So I had to come to like a decision. I was like, I still want to play basketball, but I want to like, because you all know, like I'm also like deep into ministry. So I was like, I want to be able to like further my gifts, like, like just use them as far as it'll take me. So if basketball only takes me past high school, then that's cool. If it takes me in the college and anywhere else, then like I'm gonna give my best to both. So I came to that realization. I was just like, I'm I'm gonna just work to be the best me, and whatever happens, it happens. So I chose to go play with All Stars for the final two.
Live Paris
Yeah,
in July.
in July, and the rest is
History.
the rest is
2
history.
weeks. You see his name on
Really well. Yep.
June. You didn't see Gabe Jacobs nowhere unless we'd posted him or something like that. Soon as them 2 weeks hit of July, it was flooded. That first week it was going crazy. Then the second week it just got worse. It was just,
Yeah,
and then he just out of no. Well, it wasn't out of nowhere. We know how well he put the work in, but it was.
100%.
He came in here one day. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to visit North Florida." I was like, "Bad, take it." As soon as
How did you get that calls and like any where was just out of nowhere? You're like, oh, who's this?
so it was after one game. I think I had like another 25 plus piece.
Where are you at?
And it was at Next Place 360.
Yeah, on the radar.
Yeah, radar.
Shout out Sean Williams. Marietta.
Yeah, Marietta.
Okay.
Marietta, Georgia. Shout out Sean Williams on the radar, man.
Bro. And then after my coach Ty, he told me, he was like, yeah, North Florida's looking at you too. And I was like, oh. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I just I didn't let anything like get in my head and have me feeling like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. I just played my game. Finished the week out strong, and then they called me, I would say a week later. Coach Evans, real great guy, gave me a phone call, and we just basically chopped it up, so forth. They told me how the process was going for them, and what just kind of like what to expect a little bit. And then I want to say like maybe a couple weeks later, Coach Driscoll, head coach, he called me, really great guy, and we talked more. Yeah, and I was like, I thought on that phone call he was gonna offer me, but he didn't. And I was like, okay, like like God, you see the situation. I'm still gonna trust you, like regardless. And yeah, a couple more weeks went by because it was like at the beginning of the school year at this point. And then we're into our workouts, our preseason workouts by this point. And then like I'm in communication with them, and they say like, all right, we want to come see you. We want to come see you work out. We want to come see you play. So I'm like, oh, but all right, like obviously at first,
Right.
okay. So I let my coaches know they arranged for us to have a bit like a gym session where they can come see me play. And admittedly, there was like I was feeling the pressure a little bit. Like when they walked in, I was like, cause I met them outside, and then we walked in. It's like we walk in the lobby, the gym lobby, and everybody's like, oh, whoa, like, dang. And then we walk in the gym, and then it's like everybody was like, you could just tell the atmosphere shifted, and people's faces just like they got all serious and everything. I was like,
Yeah, locking ears.
everybody started treating everything like totally different.
Yeah,
which is why I didn't like say anything to anybody before except for the coaches. And I think
yeah.
I was talking to you about that, but yeah, I didn't feel like I played my best, but it was all they needed to see.
Yeah, you did enough.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
We had the repertoire.
Yeah.
I'm in too, right? It was like, let me just see how it is. Like,
in person.
a good coach is gonna understand. All right, that's pressure. Like, yada. It's like obviously you can't go out there and just like
Stink it up.
and it's like, all right, can't handle the pressure, and that's a problem, right? But they also understand the workout in the gym is not the same playing a game, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing. And your athleticism is pretty elite, so it's like those things where like, okay, we can see, no matter like you're gonna have that, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we can work with that for sure, even if it wasn't perfect.
See,
But you had the repertoire.
yeah.
You already had the resume.
As y'all know, I coach college basketball too. So when we do recruit, sometimes we knew the kid was good, but sometimes you just gotta lay an eye on him and be like, all right, he was what we thought, because the video can be way different than we see you in person. Your video can be amazing, and then we see you in person. It's like, nah, that ain't what we thought you was gonna do or how you was gonna be. That's all. That's probably what it was. It takes a long process because you gotta realize that that's their livelihood, their job's on the line. So you gotta make sure I'm picking the right guy, right time, and fits what we got going on. So that's a whole process itself. That's probably why it took so long for them to actually even offer you, because they wanted to put the eyes on you before they actually, all right, we can take the shot now. We seen it.
Yeah, and I was the last person to come on their radar. So yeah, I was like, when he told me that, I was like, like I wasn't really at that point. I wasn't like expecting the offer to happen. I was like, I'm still just gonna work towards it.
Yeah.
Do everything I can on my.
Do what you can. Leave the rest up to God.
Yeah.
Focus on the things you
Yeah.
and doing.
Control what you can control.
That's the big thing. I'm not gonna ask you like, or not say it like you've been in gym with us for a long time, and so it's like we've seen your growth, maturity levels, and the changes. Like, and part of that for me is like, again, it goes back to the thought process. Like, you work your butt off like all the time. Like, you're always working hard to achieve your goals, and it's like you can get to the point where you stress yourself out. Like, it's more like you're gonna stress yourself out. Like, we think that, but like you've gotten over this last year since the time you said like, all right, I'm like, that's fine. Since that time, it's like your mindset has been shifted. It's like, okay, I can, like, you just relax a little more. Just before you had a scholarship offer, before all these things, like, you allow yourself the wiggle room to breathe, right? And I would say, like, going in on athletes, I feel like you going through that, like, the phase of you went through before this, where you put that so much pressure on yourself. It's like you like, almost a lot of athletes have that. And a lot of athletes some people thrive in that, some people it can bury it, right? Others, it's like, but I think everybody has to go through that at some point from an athletic standpoint, in regard to get the level you are where you have that much stress on yourself. But the maturity for you to get yourself out of like, okay, I can't, because in psychology, there's like catastrophe theory, where it's like you hit a certain level, like you need a certain amount of stress, but you hit a point and it's a nosedive.
Yeah, you're a ducks now.
You're right. And so it's one of those things where you got to have a certain level, but now you got to manage it. And I feel like over the last year and a half or so, like you've been able to do that, and I feel like games have been elevated. Like, it seems like a lot happier. It seems like you enjoy the game a lot more. Like, how have you? I know you kind of mentioned it, but like, obviously your spirituality has helped. As God has helped. Well, are there other things that you've like done or reached out? Any hobby thing that you picked up? It's like, okay, I can start doing these things now. It'd be more of I'm Gabe J-Bucks, not the basketball player Gabe J-Bucks. You know what I mean? Like, do you have that thought? Like, did that mindset kind of change?
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, one of the big things, like, you were talking about earlier was the rest. So, like, this summer, the July live period, is like, I worked out the least, and I played like some of my like best basketball ever. And I was looking back on it, I was like, usually you think it's like the other way around, but yeah, like the overworking part.
I have some thoughts on that in regards to like how is like, I mean, the amount of reps like kids these days are gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you had to manage it. Like you're saying, I realized that partly with you, someone who's elite and plays a lot, who wants to do all the stuff. It's like, okay, these kids are very smart. We can't spare them. And it's like certain workouts I can't do. If you do workouts, it'll be like very specific and very basic. And it's like, okay, it's just enough to like restore mobility versus like driving stresses, unless we had like a time frame between was it March and June when we were doing rehab. It's like, okay, we could push here a little bit because we kind of need to, but then no result. Anyways, sorry. Oh yeah, you were doing better.
Yeah. And as far as hobbies, well, writing goes along with like my ministry, but I really
Writing?
Yeah. So writing poems, writing devotionals, Bible study lessons. I really enjoy that. We've been talking about it kind of so far throughout the podcast, but watching anime, I really enjoy that. It gives me like an escape, and then also just being able to hang out with friends, just go out Friday nights, Saturday nights. Just
Say your type of going out.
Yes.
Going out.
Yeah, good for right. You're right. We talk about the gym thing. And it's like, it's different.
Yeah, say your, because say what your type of what considered going out to you.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So going out is like the friend group gets together and we're like, yo, y'all want to go eat? And we're like, yeah. So we'll go to Chili's or something. And then it was like, we'll have a plan to like watch movies after like one of our friends' houses. So we'll go to Target, get some snacks or whatever, make some TikToks, have some fun, and then we'll go back and just kick it, talk, laugh, watch movies, eat some more maybe, and then
Healthy. Going out.
yeah.
Like again, not beating your body up, and
No popcorn, Slim Jims, and
I mean, I've recently like developed a love for applesauce, but yeah, when I'm out with them, it's really like I'm really like I love ice cream. Like I love some vanilla ice cream.
talk.
Yeah.
That's basic.
I know. I and even when I get a milkshake, what does that do with applesauce?
What happens with the applesauce?
What does that do with apples? He said, I like apples. Because he was like, he transitioned to vanilla ice cream.
Oh, because he was talking about like Slim Jims.
Yeah,
I
like,
was like,
so when they, you know how if I go to the store and they having movie night, I'm getting popcorn,
So
candy.
you're saying you get applesauce instead of getting vanilla ice cream? Is that what you're?
no, it's like that's the healthy option I would
Yeah,
get.
that's
Okay.
yeah.
Ice cream like
or-
the ice cream is that's
yeah. So applesauce instead of Slim
Transition
Jim.
to-
Yes,
I'm like applesauce.
but you know he
You want applesauce and ice cream? That's
nah you eat healthy.
But that's a weird combination. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is all right.
gummy bears.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause his health is
that's healthy. That's good for you.
yeah cause he eats like for me it'd be considered weird
What?
the way he eats.
I mean, it's
But I don't work out no more.
Oh, I had to change my diet.
as the most kids.
Yeah,
Most
because
kids-
I don't work out.
The most kids.
I don't work out no more. So
I saw this. It was this TikToker. Like I think it was this nutrition coach, nutritionist for UConn, and he was talking about how like he just put it in perspective, like how bad, like all the fast food heavy diets are, and like okay, what foods you should eat before your tournaments, before your camps and everything. So that live going back to that live period, I made the switch. I was like, because usually I would eat like after a game, I'll have like Wendy's or Zaxby's or McDonald's, whatever, Chick-fil-A, whatever. But I was like, you know what? That week leading up to the tournament and then that weekend, like I'm not gonna have any of that. So I would eat. Literally, my diet became tropical smoothie and Chipotle. Like that was it. And then I would have like
Easy. It's easy to get what you need.
yeah, it was things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would get like wraps from Chick-fil-A and food codes. Like I just had a couple of
yeah,
but yeah. And that carried that, and that also carried.
Greasy stuff, all the fried stuff.
Yeah, and then, oh my goodness, I felt so much better.
yeah. You get out what you put in, man.
Yeah.
See me, I get out Wendy's, wings, fries. I don't gotta play no more. So McDonald's, double burger, Big Mac.
I'd have my days every now and then, but like,
But you can though.
Yeah.
You work out so much. Like remember I used to tell you, man, be a kid for a second.
yeah,
Like, please be a kid. Well, kids, sometimes, I don't care what level you at, you have to be a kid, man. That's the only way you keep your stress level down. Like, be a kid. And we tried to push him out, be a kid. Like, he's on spring break. What are you doing? Nothing, bro. And then I'm like,
hey, I'm going to Callaway Gardens, the resort. I'm going tomorrow.
yeah,
Hey, Trevor, I'm going tomorrow.
we taking that.
This ain't gonna be posted. So, there's sweet. I hope.
Yeah. So, he's,
Get his workouts in. I'll say that. It's like he's still getting his workouts in, so nobody's watching.
but yeah, but
He
I,
gets his workouts in even over spring break,
yeah,
but he's still enjoying spring break.
trying to
Like he's here all day.
he's forced to enjoy spring break because we're gonna make him go to spring break because his age group they probably in Panama City right now. Gabe's not going to Panama. He's not doing any of that. So he's okay. So the difference for me and you is I was going to Panama.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I was out there. And at that time I didn't have my scholarship. I got my scholarship in Panama.
When years gone, I knew you.
They-
You gonna lure it up.
But they called me while I was literally with my friends. We was cooking, getting ready for dinner, and we was in there cooking. I got a phone call.
The spring break your senior year. So
Crazy word.
He said, we want to offer you. I said, shut up. He said, no. I said, Coach Brian, you serious? Like, yeah. I was like, say no more. Send the paper. I'm sending the paperwork over when you get back. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, where you at? I said, Panama. He was like, yeah, enjoy yourself. I was like, bye. And I went crazy. Well, I didn't go crazy because I didn't drink or do any of that. But I still like enjoyed myself out there. And it actually made the vacation even more
100%.
powerful. I was like,
Yep.
yeah, because once I got a phone, my mom, it was like, all right, what we doing, guys? We're going out. We're doing something. I'm not sitting here. I just got this scholarship. Everybody was hyped. It was like, oh, my boy playing basketball. Let's do it. So it was like, yeah, that was, I literally waited longer than you did.
That's late.
Yeah.
Like I was stressed. That's why when I be telling y'all, don't try not to stress because it might happen. It might be late. That's what I was telling Aiden. I was like, "Do you really want to play?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, just keep being patient. Just don't put it because he had it in his mind. We'll talk about that one episode. He just wanted to go Division One. Division One to die.
Whole different process now.
Yeah. So it's Division One to die. That's what he was thinking. But back in the day, you might can think that. But now it's like it's so many options out there
Now, yep.
that you can, you know what I'm saying? But I also just figured out you guys think going to JUCO, you're gonna get 2 free years. No, everybody's not getting that.
How does it work?
It's only a
Talk about that next time.
okay. I was about
That's a whole nother conversation. 'Cause that is managing your college career,
yeah, because it
like
was
getting up. That's a whole different conversation. We're not
But
gonna go
short
there.
story, it's a whole like only certain kids got that, and it's because of something that happened. So kids not just gonna go to JUCO and think they gonna get a free year, 2 free years. No, that's not how it works. You only certain kids get that. If you go to JUCO 2 years, you leave, you only got 2 years left. So it was just some kids that got it from back. They
Yeah, so we'll talk about
it was a whole
that next time.
process.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time. But
Yeah.
So I do got a question though. Move on. So you like anime?
Yeah.
So when you started One Piece, the time you caught up,
Oh man.
how many episodes, and then how long was it take you to catch up?
Okay. When I caught up, it was 1078.
So 1,078 episodes.
Yes. I started in August.
Mhm.
The end of school year. And I caught up over winter break when I was there.
5 months.
5.
5 months.
Just one show for 5 months.
5 months straight.
I never could.
How long is each episode? I'm not doing the math, but
It's okay. Factoring in the intro and the outro is
did you skip those?
no. I watched the intros and I didn't watch the outros, but
Yeah.
okay, just like straight like screen time, like okay,
Yeah.
probably like 16 and a half minutes.
10 minutes. That's actually shorter than I thought it was gonna
It's
be.
not bad.
It's gonna be like,
It's not bad.
it's gonna be like
Yeah.
I watch shows
20
that's
something.
like I watch 911,
Well, that's different. Those are hour-long episodes. Yeah. Those are like the long ones. That's not like
16. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was that's
those
what I
are
was
45, 44.
Not-
No. Yeah.
Not in there.
Okay.
But
It's still wild, bro. 6 months.
but the intro and the outro is 23 and some change.
Okay, that's what it is. That. Okay.
But I can
That's-
watch that though.
In 1,078 episodes.
Yo, I'm telling you, like I was walking through the
He
halls
wasn't doing
watching
nothing
it.
wrong
Oh yeah.
because he ain't got no time to do anything else with his life. Other people in One Piece. Like that was all he could do if he watched every episode. This is insane.
Yeah, that's
All right, help me get your mind right. It's on this.
so what is One Piece about?
It's so deep, but like okay, I'll give you.
So deep. This cartoon.
It's about this pirate, right? He wants to become the king of the pirates, right? But to do that, he has to find his treasure. But to do that, you can't be king of the pirates on your own. So you have to find a crew, like. So he goes throughout, like the sea that he's from, and he finds these crew members, and these crew members like they're people that you wouldn't think like. They're not pirate king, like they're not. Basically, they're people that you wouldn't think would become pirates, or like
Yeah.
you think wouldn't like make a good crew. And the whole like the basis of the show is like it's a lot about friendship, adventure, but also like just fulfilling your dreams. Like that's a really big thing, and like reaching your goals. But yeah, it's way deeper than that. But
Yeah,
that's
it's like delusional optimism paired with extreme work ethic
yes.
can lead to good things.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's just. I mean, I haven't watched it because it's like I'm not.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I watched the TV show. Live action, that's not bad. Of all the live action animes, but I mean, it's just like you said, it's other than all the stuff. I think the animes I like to watch. I think some of him the same idea. It's all about like the grind, putting the work in. You're doing what you get. It's all about growth, right? And that's why, and that's a very big episode. It's
Yeah.
a very big theme to regards to that. But yeah,
So
I even watched it here when I was
yeah, been doing treatment. Yeah, have it on, allow them to do. I'm like, hey, whatever we relax.
So you watching that show helps, like you said, helps relax and all that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. I started watching July. It started in July. I started watching it like I would watch it on the way to the games. We would go up. It was still a weekend, so I'd watch it driving up. I'd watch it like eating my breakfast or whatnot. And before I laid down to take a nap, I forgot naps.
Naps
Really help.
Yes, they do.
It was really help. So I would put it on, and then I'd fall asleep. I'd turn it off, and then I wake back up, do my treatment stuff, and I might be watching a little bit. Then I head to the gym, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm here now. But during school, I was watching it before every game. Like it didn't matter if I could get in. I was watching.
Say we talking about to get someone in trouble. I was watching in class. He has good grades. Hey, student. So
Hey, he watched
here I was watching it in class.
you feel like his grades?
Yeah, for sure.
But he didn't let it affect his grade.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Get your grades
You know,
first.
they got to talk to the crowd here. It was like, hey, no good example, Gabe.
Yeah,
Right,
get
you're
your
right.
grades first. But if you do get your grades first, you'll be all right. So I mean, they probably wouldn't say nothing to you anyway.
Sure.
Like Gabe's on the phone. Okay, Gabe, do what you do. Just do what you do, man.
As long as it's not a distraction.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I only heard of one distraction from over 2 years. I know you, so we're not gonna talk about that. But I only know one distraction. So we're all right. It's a man and us being say I don't know if you're comfortable talking to your pops about little stuff like that, but you do come to us and be like because it is I don't want to say devil, but you know how my advice is. Sometimes I mess up.
Yeah. No, yeah, no.
Hey, yeah. So I'm the
No, hey, look, I'm going to give you the option.
Yeah.
In the situation. Pretty much.
yeah I'm the bad
Where's the
one.
other perspective? Here's another perspective.
Yeah,
You look at it this way, you can look at it this way, you know.
because you got to understand, me and Brandon both grew up like different. So like his relationship or what he went through is probably totally different of different type of girls I talked to. And Gabe was in a situation where he probably was dabbing on my side a little bit, where he need to stay over there with Brandon now.
I don't know if we want to know what that situation, but
But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is the mentor part when you come in here? You feel like comfortable, or how do I just like feedback or whatever. How you really feel?
Oh yeah, it's been a tremendous help. Talking to y'all, get not only different opinions, but just real honest advice, and it helps me make some decisions. At the end of the day, I always
You gonna make it
always
home.
pray.
Yeah.
Always have to give it before God and align myself with Him. But yeah, the times where I just come in, I just needed to vent.
Yeah.
Like having somebody to listen, somebody that would listen, and then also give me some feedback. So that really been tremendous because not everybody has that.
Yeah. No.
I mean that is true. So glad we can help.
Yeah. I guess that's what we're here for. Because it's just we probably done been anything you come with us. 9 times out of 10, one of us done been through it already. So it's
like different.
yeah. So
background.
it's easy. It's easy for like if I didn't go through it, it's easy for me. Like Greg probably told me he done went through. I'm like, go talk to Greg because I can put my input, but he knows more than what I know. So like we just kind of ping off each other sometimes. That's why we work well together.
Yeah, and y'all are real enough to do that. They sit up here and act like you been through it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know, man.
We are.
Yeah. Because we don't advise, that's not
Yeah, that's not
through. So
that's not my cup of tea. So let's see what Greg got or what Brandon got. I mean, all three of us to get together and figure out we'll talk about it and see how the situation would be. Like, oh, we can do this, we can do that. Because I would say Greg is like the super smart one, if you want to say. He's close to it. He want to act like he's not, but he is. So certain stuff we go to Greg, like, Greg definitely know technical stuff.
Oh yeah,
I think that comes with this being
technical and
like
handiwork.
Like anything like that. It's great. Yeah. But yeah, all of us three-head monster go together. We would definitely figure something out, no matter what it is. So when you do have questions like that, you already don't hesitate, but don't hesitate to just come let us know.
It's been good. It's been nice again seeing you grow, develop, and become the young man that you are, and then getting the blessing that you have, which with scholarships. Continue playing sport, but then also enjoying it. That was the big concern we had. during your downtime, like this kid works so hard, like he deserves, and then it deserves you, like you deserve it. We've had these conversations, and we're so happy that it panned out. But like maybe it was a process, and that's the thing is like you went through the process, you been through the fire and came out of it, right? So yeah, now you're here.
Now it's a restart. You gotta walk right back through the fire.
I know it was at this. It's too late. Hey, though.
Soon June come. You gotta walk right back through it. Up, cause they gonna come in. But the good thing is you doing the workouts that they're sending you. It's a lot of kids that's gonna go in. He's not.
The new telecoverage is like, look, I'm trying to make you. I don't want you to get there and be embarrassed.
Yeah.
A lot of kids will show up and it's like, oh,
Ain't did it. Do it. Yeah.
It's like you took long. You were on point. Hey, you said it's 3-to-1 rest ratio. We're doing it. We're taking that. Like, trust me, that matters. He's been on it.
That's what I've been thinking too. Like,
you got to push. Like, time's up. Let's go.
Only
there's a pace that you got to maintain.
Only people that's gonna lack and get away with it are the upperclassmen. Cause they done did it so much. They know what to expect. They like, all right, we're gonna do that. Ah, yeah, I got that. You know what I'm saying? I got that. It's like I told you when I was running a mile my senior year and
Got in the car and what?
my classmate, he was going to his early class and we was running around the school and he so happened to pull up and let the window down. I was like, hey, let me get in. I hopped in and went around the corner. The guys was running. That was mad. We got to the end of it. It was like, they ain't say it out loud, but it was like, man, why you cheating? You jumped in the car. I was like, man, just shut up and give me the ball when the season start.
I'm not doing that.
It was my senior year though. Like, just shut up, freshman. Give me the ball when the season start. So just give me the ball. We won a championship that year too. Actually, I was leading scorer too. So hey, condition don't matter. No, just
That's what's better. Sarah advice. We're just podcast on another level we want to.
But yeah, just put in that work though. I did. I don't know. That day it was 6 a.m. It's dark outside. You got us run around the school. Barely got street lights around the school. Like potholes. You might fall into a pothole. When that car pulled up, I was like, yeah, today's the day.
This is the day.
Nobody's gonna say something. Well, they're gonna say something, but nobody's gonna say nothing out loud. So, cause I still definitely, hey, pass me the ball. Cause they know when the season start though, it's like a switch. Like, all right, yeah, it's going. Cause I put the work in. Though. But no, I go to the gym every day. I have my 5. I played the 4 and the 3. My 5 literally would sit in the room. Don't go to the gym unless we're calling open gym. He would sit in the room, eat cereal, and play 2K.
Or so
Call of Duty, or he literally sit online and eat cereal. I swear to God, 6'8". Want to do nothing, but he's gonna block some shots and want to shoot LaMarcus Aldridge jump shot. That's how he plays, like LaMarcus Aldridge. But working out, nah, ain't none of that. Practice? You talking practice? Hey, no. Why? What's so crazy? He would come and practice with ice bags on his knees. Yeah, coach, my knees hurt.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna go back to the door. Hey, he goes in there. We get out of practice. Go in the room. What you doing? I'm online, G.
no way.
No, that's crazy.
I'm online, bro. Like, all right, bro. We'll leave you alone. I'm not passing you the ball this year. Get a rebound and score. I was like your own work. Cause I be putting the work in though. It's just that day I was lazy. Yeah, it was too early. Yeah, don't do it. Don't. I'll wait till your senior year to do it at least. But other than that, man, I'm so glad that we had a chance to get you here, and cause we've been before we even started the podcast. You was like, we gotta get Gabe on there. First person was like, yeah, we gotta get Gabe. We gotta get Gabe. 3-4 months back past, and don't look like we're getting Gabe no time soon.
It's business. They always right. That's the thing. He's always involved in school and everything else, and
a celebrity,
gym, and
like a celebrity. We got to go. He's
not on Lord. Oh, the other is like, hey, you always busy doing something. So
yeah, but I'm glad we actually had a chance to get this episode and stuff like that in with you. When you go, you'll definitely be back. We definitely gonna have him back because we have to hear how your first days at college was. We have to hear that. We want to know how did it go, like, because you're gonna hit a wall. Just be prepared. You already hit a couple.
We talked about that day before, right?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Just don't expect it. Just don't. It's gonna happen. Everybody goes through it. You gotta hit the wall. Just don't. For me, don't procrastinate. Well, you don't, but don't procrastinate with this schoolwork. Because you'll have an assignment due Thursday, then want to do Sunday night at 12 o'clock. Like, just do it when they tell you. Just deadlines, meet them. Meet every deadline, because later on in the year your work will get easy because you already met the deadlines, and then you literally will go 2 days without having to do nothing. But if you don't meet the deadlines, it's like, you stressing. Finals about to come up and you still got 2 assignments missing from here. And you're like, do I got to pass this final with how much without doing these assignments? Like, you got to do the calculations and all that.
Same workout.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Fine.
That was a downfall on my part. Like I was telling DJ them, I went to Clark Atlanta. No work. Physical science,
Mm-hmm.
not going. It was too early. It was an 8 o'clock class, and I just left practice, or we just got from Florida from playing, and he's like, go to.
It is tough. It's tough. Yeah.
Nah, no blah.
Yeah. Anything you want to say? Anything else you got to say about you real fast or anything?
Nah.
Like,
Yeah, everything's pretty much been said. Yeah.
Okay, the episode of Gabe Jacobs, man. We'll see you guys next episode. We're out. Outie.
Steppers out.
Outie.
Peace.
We're one step away from greatness.
Big steppers.
All right. Later.